Hi, I'm Dr. Moore. For the health of your horse, determining what's in your feed bag should be a top priority. You know, all too often we simply just look at the name of the manufacturer or look at the protein content, and you know, quite honestly, those should be the least of your concerns when it comes to determining what to feed your horse. What's not in the bag should be important as well. You know, least cost analysis is often used to evaluate or to formulate feed. Feeding from just a bag, quite honestly, you can't get what you need anyway if it's a so-called complete feed. If you look at the bag, it'll tell you how many pounds a certain weight horse should get every day. If you're not feeding that exact amount, your horse is either getting too little or too much of all the vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that were added to that feed. I'm sure that makes sense. Just think about it for just a second. You know, why would it not be better to take something that's more natural, like just oats, and then supplement those oats with the vitamins and minerals and enzymes and good fat? That way, you know, if you have an easy keeper, you can give him just a little bit of oats, but he's still getting the right vitamins, minerals, and enzymes because you put it on top of those oats every day. Or if you have a horse that needs to eat a lot of oats, then he can eat a lot of oats for his metabolism, but you put the vitamins, minerals, and enzymes and so on those oats so that he gets what he needs every day. It's a simple thing. A little more difficult perhaps than just reaching in the feed bag and getting a scoop of food, but this way you know exactly what your horse is getting. Plus another thing, you know, pellets, pelleted feed today, you know, it blows my mind. Think about it. Pellets are cooked. You know, what goes into a pellet to make it, as far as the ingredients, is not what comes out the other end. A lot of the nutrition is gone. Textured feed, textured commercial feed. I challenge you to do this. Just get a piece of white paper and put a little bit of that food on that white piece of paper and start separating the pieces parts out. You'll be amazed at what's in there. Many times you can't even recognize the ingredients. You know, oats are oats. They're consistent from bag to bag to bag for the most part, and it's the most natural thing there is, as far as I'm concerned, as far as health for horses. It's a seed head. Something they might even get in the wild, for instance, is seed heads, obviously. Have you noticed today how many fat, overweight, cresty neck, metabolic issues we have in our horses today? Look at the human population. Do we have obese, overweight people today? Absolutely. So could there possibly be a common denominator there between horse diets and people diets? Now, of course, horses get their feed out of a bag. We get our feed out of a box for the most part, or out of a fast food place. And that's kind of what bag is. It's kind of like fast food for horses. You know, there's a better way for all of us to eat, but you know, our horses today are really suffering. There's way more health problems today than there were in years past. And I think I've found the common denominator to those health problems. And you already know it if you think about it. That common denominator is our hydrogenated fats that we're putting in our food and we're putting in our horse food today. The horse industry as a whole has kind of overlooked the issue because, quite frankly, they don't have any options. It's the only type of fat that they can put in the feed that will allow them to put the feed bag in a truck, haul it across the country, and store it in a feed room for weeks at a time without it going rancid. So they don't have many choices. But you have choices as a homeowner or as a horse owner and as a person in your diet to not feed your horse or yourself these hydrogenated fats. And it's important that we really seriously look at this issue if you want good health for your horse or for yourself. So what's the option here? You know, what do you do to feed yourself and feed your horse? First, don't eat out of a box. Don't feed your horse out of a bag. What I suggest you feed your horse is oats. So for the optimum health and performance of your horse, I hope you'll consider what's in the bag and certainly what's not in the bag as well. We have some answers. We have some answers that are working for horses around the country, thousands of horses. We can lay some myths to rest about oats. You know, oats are the original low-starch diet, for instance. Less starch are in oats than corn, barley, any other grain. And quite honestly, most true horsemen feed oats. An awesome ingredient, but They have to be supplemented, just like any grain today has to be supplemented. I don't care what it is. Our soils are so deficient, you have to make sure you're getting the right supplements for that grain, whatever it is. Feel free to call me. Feel free to log on to our website. Feel free to email me. I put together a website just about feeding, and it's real easy to remember. It's just whattofeedyourhorse.com. And you'll find a lot of answers on there, but don't hesitate to call, don't hesitate to email.